All right. Hi, guys. So, we've already worked so far on telling time to the hour. I'm going to do a lesson with our three-part cards and our clock here on how to tell time to the half hour. So, we talked before about how we have our minute hand, our hour hand and our minute hand, and how the clock represents 60 minutes. So, up at the 12 is 0, and then I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And the 30-minute mark is my half hour mark, halfway through the hour, halfway back up here to 12. So, with that, no matter what my hour hand is on, it's going to be something 30. Now, guys, when my minute hand down here is on the 6 for 30, my hour hand is not going to be pointing directly at my 10. Because the hour hand moves slowly over the course of the hour too. So it's going to be about halfway to the 11 and kind of be in between. So when the hour hand is in between two numbers, you go off of the number that is smaller. So 10 is smaller than 11. 10 comes before 11. So it is 10:30, not 11:30. So I'm going to show you guys how to use the three-part cards for these. So three-part cards, there's three parts to your cards. You have these guys that just have a time on them. You have, dropped one. You have these guys that have a time on them that is a digital version. And you have these, which are kind of your answer keys or your controls. So you can check your work yourself. There we go. It has both. So what you're going to do whenever you use three-part cards like this, or sometimes four-part cards, sometimes there'll be a definition with them, is you're going to lay out all of these that don't have something on them. I'm going to move it so you can see it. I'm going to lay them all out. I'm not going to actually go through all of them with you, because that would kind of take away the fun of you guys getting to do it. But I'll show you how to do a couple here. So, I'm going to look at this one first. So this one, my clock looks like that. And I'm going to look at it. And I'm going to make my big clock, and you have your paper clocks. If you need a new one, let me know. I'm going to make my clock here look the same way, where my hour hand is between my 11 and my 12, and my minute hand is down on my 6. Well, a little bit closer to my 6. So now, they match. Then I'm going to look at my clock, and I'm going to decide what time I think it is. So I think this time is 10:30. So I'm going to put it down. And then I'm going to go to my next card, and I'm going to look at it. And on my next card, my hour hand is almost to my 7, and my minute hand is on my 6. So I'm going to move my hour hand to almost my 7 down here, and my minute hand to my 6. I'm going to make sure that my clocks match, and they do. So because my hour hand is almost to my 7 here, I think that this is 6:30, because it's not quite to my 7. So I think it's still 6:30 rather than 7:30. So I'm going to find my little card here that says 6:30, and I'm going to stick it down by it. And I'm just going to keep on moving on through as I go, and then when I'm all done, I can use my controls to check my work. So I can use my controls here to check my work. So this one says 10:30, which I thought was my first clock. But then I can look at the two of these. I can realize that I was wrong. The time that I put down for 10:30 is not correct. The clock on the right is not 10:30. And so then, as I put them out, I will find the one that actually fits the clock that I have. And I can move my times around as I do it. So I would move this to actually where 10:30 goes. And then, as I'm going through, I find that this one right here that says 11:30 matches my clock. So I just got a little bit confused, and that's okay. This clock is 11:30. And all that means is I'm just gonna practice again with them tomorrow until I get it down so I can always tell what hour it is for the half hour and that it is the half hour of that hour. So that's how you guys are going to do this work. If you would like to, you can make a book of clocks where you draw clocks in your history and culture part of your notebook, and you can kind of make the schedule for your day for everything that falls on the half hour. So the beginning of school when we're in person is at 8:30. So you could make a clock for 8:30. Lunch at school ends at 12:30 and recess starts. So you could put down a clock for 12:30 for recess, and then school is done at 3:30 at school, like as when aftercare starts. So you could make a clock for 3:30. Or you guys know what your schedule is now that you're at home, and you can make a schedule of clocks that reflects that for the hour and the half hour for what you have so far. And don't worry, we'll work on the rest of the times that maybe don't fit into that as we go along. But I want to make sure that you get each time down as we go before you move on to the next set, okay? Happy time telling, y'all.